Yo, you build a life worth building by adopting the happiness model. The first pillar of the happiness model is appreciation. So appreciation is you basically have lots of tiny doses of happiness from the tiny everyday ordinary things that you experience all the time, rather than the big one-time event of having your first child or being rich. We want lasting happiness. We don't want big happiness. We want happiness that just doesn't really go down. That's the kind of happiness that everyone on earth is trying to look for. So how do we accomplish appreciation? You just meditate and gratitude journal. But I'm not going to teach it specifically here in this video because this is more of an overview of the happiness model if you want to learn more about it. The second pillar is restoring your health. So imagine a guy, he's inside his room all day, like 17 hours a day. I know of a teenager who spends 17 hours a day, like at his laptop or something, playing video games and stuff. It's so depressing. You can just, get him. That's so depressing. Just seeing that guy always, he's just sitting down, and he's fat, by the way, and the curtains are closed, so there's kind of no light at all. So he's just basically in a cave. Do you think that guy would be more depressed, or at least unhappier than the guy who just every single day he goes outside and he goes for a 30-minute walk every single day? Maybe he goes for a jog, or if he's too lazy, he just goes for a 30-minute jog, and then a 30-minute walk, and then he like eats some healthy food instead of the Doritos that his greasy fingers, the video game's greasy fingers uses. He grabs some like meat and eggs and he eats those healthy things. Do you think the guy who's healthy would be happier than the guy who is doing none of these habits? Obviously, the guy who has better health, and this is grounded in science because it rebalances your neurotransmitter system, and also at the same time it changes your thinking to be more positive. So you restore your health, and as an overview, intermittent fasting, prolonged fasting, cold showers, exercise, breathing, sleep, ketogenic diet. And there's probably more, but those are like the foundational. You just cannot have good health without those 7 things. The third pillar of the happiness model is an important mission. Before I put it as masculinity, but I think it's just better to say important mission. So a mission is something that is lifelong. It's a thing that you will serve till your last breath. Like you serve it as if it's like a physical person, a master that you are serving, like a lord. It's different from a goal, because a goal is like, I'm gonna get the best grade in the next 3 months. Alright, let's study. That's a goal because it has an end. But a mission is something that never ends. It's like you can do it every second of the day, basically. And it's also something that you love doing so much, or not necessarily love, but are willing to do it to the point that if you were allowed to work all 24 hours and just like all the 8 hours that you could spend sleeping, you would rather just do that all 24 hours. You would do that if only you wouldn't die earlier because of lack of sleep. For me, that's my religion. And also a little extension of that, like my mission is also helping serve humanity with this YouTube video. A mission is something that you're willing to serve even when you're tired, and you're willing to sacrifice some sleep for. So basically, the third pillar is the most important of all four pillars. You can remove all three pillars and keep the important mission, and you'll still feel actually quite happy and peaceful. So find an important mission that you are willing to die for, basically. Not a goal. And then the fourth pillar is social connection. Obviously, a person who feels lonely is unhappy, and a person who has good family relationships and has deep friendships, and maybe he has a good wife and kids, etc., he's gonna feel happier. So, of course, social connection is gonna make you feel happier. For deeper relationships, use the 5 love languages framework by Gary Chapman. And for more shallow everyday interactions, like you're talking to the cashier, or you're talking to the barista, or you just wave hello to that gentleman that walks across you during the street, you'll need social skills for that. So you can read How to Win Friends and Influence People, etc. But yeah, those are the things that make life actually good. Like, in order to be successful in life, you need to be happy first. A lot of people, they think you need success in order to be happy. No. Because lots of successful people are not happy. And lots of scientific research actually has proven that when you are happy, that's when you're more likely to be successful. That's called the happiness advantage. And this is why the happiness model is not just a model for happiness, it's also the success model, because it's what will enable your mind, your creative thinking, and your body, and your discipline, focus, collaboration, all aspects of your life will be benefited from improving your happiness through the happiness model. So success will be so much more easy if you follow my method. You know, sometimes in life you feel like you're hopeless. Like, you feel like there's nothing good. Like, you're thinking to yourself, is this all there is to life? Empty pleasures that don't last long. And like a whole blur, my whole day just blurs. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Is that really the state that you want to live in forever? If you don't want to live like that forever, hit the subscribe button, apply the happiness model, and make life worth living. See you.